It would seem that it is time. 9:22 a.m. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another Relentless live stream. As you guys know, this is where it goes down. Relentless Trader is the number one YouTuber in the world. Forget day trading. We're the number one YouTuber in the world. That's the goal. And we're showing up here to get today again, looking for another good day. There's three stocks in particular that I have some interest in. They're not the best that we've ever seen. They're also not the worst, right? They're somewhat in between. And I have no bias. I'm here just looking to be reactive. So I don't know what we might see, but if we see something good, I will be on it like white on rice. All right. ASST, KAVL, and YTN, the top three. Two cheaper stocks though, right? Two sub $1 stocks in this watch list. The stock from yesterday, I'll put that up here. WORX. Let's put one of these. WORX, and this other one, which was TGL. I don't know. TRUG. Yeah. I don't know if these will do anything, but they kind of held up somewhat, and WORX kind of did its thing. So, in terms of like the broader watch list. So we'll see. Alerts. Of course, if a stock is on the list, it doesn't mean that I'll trade it. It still has to fit the criteria of a good stock, right? Volume, pattern, and so forth. But anyhow, that's the list. And let's get into a few trend lines here, starting with KAVL. KAVL, the lucky one. So this is up 66% with 10 million shares of volume. It seems like I've traded it before. I'm going to clear the drawing set and start fresh. LU. Is LU looking good? I didn't look at it. I might have missed it. Yeah, it looks like I missed this one actually. Let me see. LU. Volume. LU. 45%, 10 million shares volume. Yeah, this looks pretty. In fact, I'll sub this one out for YTEN. This looks pretty good. Okay, yeah, we'll keep that on watch here as well. So KAVL, we got a high point of 273. Low point here around 190, 193. And we're in this range consolidating sideways. The VWAP is currently 238. I want to see us over the VWAP and pushing higher. Can we attack this key level up here around 45? If we can start pushing up to these levels, then I think the pre-market high could be likely. And looking at the daily chart, we got 759 for the 200 EMA. In the chapters, right? So for those of you in the classes, right, like in the chapters, we go over how to properly, do this pre-market analysis, right? So I don't show it on the screen in the Discord because it's expected that you guys have went through the chapters and understand, what we're looking for in terms of those high and low points. And when it comes to the daily chart as well, when it comes to recognizing higher volume candlesticks and so forth. But anyhow, 759 is the 200 EMA on the daily chart. We'll see if it does get over the pre-market high. Of course, 759 is a ways away. Even if we can just see 350, 450, I mean that would suffice, right? That'll be pretty good. So KAVL, we'll see how this one does. Coming over to LU, which I seem to have skipped over. LU, in fact, let me come back down and see, because what's the float? The float is higher. This is probably why I didn't look at it. The float is at 371 million. We'll see what it does. That doesn't mean it can't move, but it'll take a lot more for it to move. It depends. The high is at 496. It's been a while. It's been a few months, really, like a few weeks since we had a higher float stock be the stock of the day, you know. But they'll every now and again we'll get that happen. 447 to 200 EMA. LU, I don't know. If it moves, I'll trade it. If it doesn't move, I will avoid it like a plague because of that high float. YTEN, which is a stock that I've traded a couple times before. Yield Yield 10 Bioscience is the name of this company. Why they have some interesting names, I tell you. But anyhow, the 200 EMA is at 78.15. There's a 2-minute warning. 78.15. Again, this is a sub $1 stock, and so essentially the pre-market high is resistance right now. 56.50, higher volume candle on the daily chart. That is in February 5th. So we're right in between those two levels. We'll want to push over the upside, and if we do, there was a gap down and a sell-off with a low point of 101. I'd love to see $1 on this if this is to be strong today. 101 potential resistance, but if we get over 101, perhaps we can climb our way back up a little higher, maybe 125, 150. That's YTEN. By the way, I remember SF had the question last night. You know, SF, were you looking to change the decimal place, going to like the 100th of the penny? Or were you looking to change the quantity of the shares on the level 2 itself? Because you can get it to show just one decimal place. I like to see the whole number. That way my brain doesn't have to do extra mathematics. Marcelo and Tim, I believe, they prefer to just see, you know, the first decimal place and that's it. You know, like on the level 2, it'll say 1,000 shares on the ask, but it'll just say 10. I despise that as because I don't want my brain to have to do extra work, right? But anyhow, we're coming into the open. Let's see which one of these stocks is a strong stock, and you know, I'm looking forward to being disciplined. Looking forward to starting with some small size, and then I'll go from there. Get a little bit more aggressive once I recognize the strong stock. No idea what to expect here. Zero expectation. Just looking to be reactive. KAVL, can we get over 30 here? Not a ton. YTEN on the other hand, perhaps if this one gets over 72, could be interesting. Guys, if you're tuning in on YouTube, don't forget to hit that thumbs up. Okay, there's 35 for KAVL. I'm going to take 30. Let's see if this continues. I'm going to start to size up if it's any good. 30. Okay, 37. All right, KAVL seems to be the strong one here to start. Oh no, my orders are sitting. Cut this trade. Oh gosh, no. Well, whatever market maker is handling this stock, goodness, they need to be fired. I'm not able to fill 3,000 shares quickly. Can we get over 40? It's having some trouble here. Okay, there we go. 43. Back down. I'm going to prep for size. It's a little choppy for me, but I'm going to prep for size still, even with the slower fills. If I get the right area, it shouldn't really matter. There's 47. It's moving. 50, 52, but it's choppy there. Oh, come on. I'm selling at 48. It teleports back to 42 on Yask. Like, ridiculousness. Anyhow, it seems like we're getting a pullback here. The low point is at 40 for so far. I want to see us back at 50, 55 area. Okay, there's 48, not bad. And there's 50. Good. Pullback holding up. That's what I like to see. What is this roller coaster? It's fluctuating, dropping about 6 to 8 cents randomly. I'm gonna try if I can to sell on the ask. It needs to get above 50 and hold above 50. Can we see that here? No, I'm not convinced. Not convinced. We need to get above 50, hold above 50, and start pushing the 60, 65 area. Pre-market highs at 73. The good news is that it's showing that it has potential and it's pretty early. There's 50. It's trying. And it will get to 60. Pretty good. $65. Still moving kind of weird though. That was a fair fill. Will it bounce? It will. The high's at 65. Gotta be super quick. I might try to buy the bids to be honest. It's just fluctuating so much. 64. Are we gonna see a new high here? Watching. Only 67 and then back down. The pre-market heist coming up, so I want to be back in if I can. Jeez, this is a mess, man. This is a disaster. It's like I don't know. It's like it's not volatile, but it's just fluctuating. You know, I've seen more volatile stocks, but it's moving quickly at times. I do notice that the YouTube uh chart there is out of frame a little. Let's get that back in place. $55. Do we want lower? Perhaps. Perhaps not. So they're just back to 60. I wonder if this is it. Time. I just want to be patient. That's the biggest thing for me. 62. What is it gonna be? It might go here, but it's hard to say. I like that we held up 51, 52. After making the new low below 55, it held up nicely. There's 66. Is this it? I probably should have been in already, but I'm not. So I might miss it. Gosh. I should have been in. I don't know what I was thinking there, not buying like a deer in the headlights, brother. Took 75, which is way high. The high is at 90. I should have been in there 70 at 63, 65 area. There's a lot of buyers. It looks pretty healthy. It looks pretty healthy. Awful fill. It's struggling at 90 though. Can we get through? Watching. I'm surprised of how well it's holding up at 80. Sixty-eight. Really? I should not have let that go against me, but it could be backside here, or at least a 5-minute pullback. Well, I haven't made any money, which isn't good. Somehow. The low is at 60. Brother, brother, brother. I gotta make sure I don't go flat. I probably should size down, to be honest. Stock went from 230 to $3 and I made nothing. So, gotta take caution. I think the trade at 64 for the breakout is where I messed up. I could have been in there with size. It went to 85. That would have been more than good enough for a good separation. It's a slow crawl here back up, which is not bad. Didn't do a great job identifying the low, so I'm not in. And it's moving back up. Perhaps we'll get some scalp trades. Perhaps. Pretty low pullback. 5-minute pullback. You gotta remain patient. I need some water. 78. It's interesting that it's not as volatile. Maybe I need to take my 4 cents. Yeah, I think I should take my 4 cents when I can. Go 70, 77, but immediately back down. I'll just be quicker to take my couple of cents. Take my couple of cents when I can. Can we get over 80? I want to see a test of 90 here, but struggling a bit so far. Watching. So far, a bit of a slow grind from that area of 260. And I'd want to see the 5-minute candle make the new high for a bit of a 3-bar play on the 5-minute chart. That's better not Titanic, I tell you. Red 60, 65. It is an uptrend so far. I think my chance will come. I just have to keep waiting. Once I lock in that nice sweet trade, I'm gonna just ease off. If not, can I maintain what I have now? It needs to hold up these key levels. I don't know. I don't know, man. Just it gets stock gives me a weird vibe. But I'm still trying to take the entries that I know and love. It just gives me a weird vibes. A lot of selling on the tape in this area at 65, but it seems to be holding up for now. Will we keep holding, or is it gonna come down here? See, once we get this move up, it's just stalling out right here. You know, like what's going on? It's like it's not giving the range you'd expect in these areas. So I need to adjust and just kind of like maybe eliminate those trades. Yeah, I think eliminating those trades and then just waiting maybe for something a little bit more obvious can make more sense. Okay. Can we see 80 out of this? There's volume. 76 stalling out. Perhaps I get back in again. 77. It seems a little thick. I want to see over 80 and a test of 90. All right. There's 80. Volume is definitely picking up a little bit. But back down. Okay, maybe I take my 350 and run. Just enough for a happy meal in these high inflation times. Volume picked up in that area there, but still no good. I could wait just for exaggerated moves only. Think that could probably be the next best bet. Sizu has too much, the volume is too low for me. So there's 67, 69. Does that say take my $7 and drink at the water fountain? I gotta go to YouTube see. Oh, happy hour. Okay. Um, no, but prices are pretty insane right now, right? I mean, all around, all around, man. Groceries. I mean, gas came down a little bit, but groceries, gas, insurance went up like crazy. Mortgages are like insane, especially in these coastal states with these current interest rates. Building materials. Pre-pandemic, 350 bucks is like a really, really, really solid day. Now it's like just getting by in these coastal states. And maybe I can watch CZOO a little closer. Let's see. Well, the first thing I'm noticing is there's a spread. The 5 minute candle to make the new high is at 82. Okay, 79. We're picking up some steam again. Can we get over 82? Nice. I did have an opportunity to be in. I didn't take it. It's lacking. Sellers are coming in. Can we get back over 85? It's twice I'm not going to take an entry that's going to result into a good trade. I don't believe I'm hesitating. I'm just being a little too nonchalant, perhaps. 80, bigger seller coming in. Looking like a false breakout on the 5 minute candlestick. 5 minute candle to make the new highs at 82, and we got 87 and back down. I do like that it's still here. Maybe it tries again. Can we get over 80 this time? And hold above 80. This could be too soon. 79. Oh, okay, 80. The seller's still there, 40,000. I gotta lock in. It better try again. Can we try again at 80? We broke the seller. Good. Now this is what I like to see. Dang. Dang. I didn't hit my hotkey hard enough, man. Oh, son of a gun. And that was with size too. Oh, look at that rejection. It's gonna fail miserably. Anyhow, I'll take my $300. Man, that's crazy. I punched for 5,000 shares. I didn't press my key properly. Today is not my day, so I'm gonna take what I have and run. Run like hell. Come back again tomorrow. Did not take 2 entries, and then I missed that entry there too. And those are 3 of the best areas on the day. There's nothing else that I need to see here. Gone. Out like salt. I'll be back tomorrow. I'm a little disappointed in myself for not being as aggressive as I should have been, but sometimes it happens. Sometimes it happens. Maybe it curls back up. I don't know. I'm out of here. So, what broker am I using? I'm using Ameritrade. TD Ameritrade. TD Ameritrade. You know, I mean, yeah, I cut my losses fast. It depends on the style of trade and the setup, the entry. Most of my trades are going to be quick trades, you know, it just depends. Stock is back up, and, you know, maybe it does go, but I think I'm out of here. I don't want to see it, or else I'm going to go insane. Prop Store is locking it in, shutting it down. I'm going to take an early day today. Freaking stock, man. I tell you. Now I'm having FOMO already. Okay, maybe I log back in. Piece of garbage, man. This nonsense. KAVL. I'll be back. I better not. I better not go red. Signing back in like this. There's 03. It's nonsense, man. We needed it to hold up its levels better. Can we hold above 05? Okay. Do not fail. Do not, do not, do not. I got a high fill. That should have been a scratch. It probably was. 12. It's fluctuating like lightning here. What a stock. What a stock. What a stock, I tell you. I would have expected continuation there over 40, or else say over 35 at least. It stalls out a little bit. Big sellers coming in at 20. 25,000 sitting on the ask. Well, it's at 19. Shares are getting filled. Five. I hope I don't regret coming back here, man. 30. Can we get over 30? 35, 40. The issue is that it's fluctuating so fast that you can't really react in time. 48 didn't even come on the ask right there. That was ridiculous. Some of these stocks, I tell you. The ask said 45. I'm in 48.50. And I was watching at the ask. The halt is at 71 if it gets locked in. It's in the territory. Now it's 79. It's in the territory to get halted up here. It's at 79, but it might extend higher. Green 800, 900 to flat. The halt is now at 96. Perhaps a little too early there. The candle's going to close in less than 2 minutes. The low right there was 61. I wonder if I would have done better if I was throwing out more orders. It's hard to say. Again, that fluctuation is no joke. So can we bounce here again? 67. Okay. That was high fill. And then it's back down. I got 50, but it's still coming down. What's that low? 36? Is that the back? Is this the backside? Or is this a bigger pullback to hold up? I don't know. I could see it holding this, but last 2 days we've seen once we had a couple red candles in a row, stock sold off. Consecutive red candles. Now today is a different day than yesterday and the day before, but it needs to hold up these levels here. High 20s, low 30s. High of the current candles 54. Okay, that's good. 55 right there. Yeah, the breakout trades just it's not it. If it's not ready, it's just coming back down so quickly. So there's 55. Can we go here? 57. I'll try it. And 50. Can we hold? It's not quite ripping through. Another small loss. It's holding here though for now at least. I want to see the immediate move. So if we're not getting that, then I'll be back out. We must break 55 and hold above that level if this is to do anything. Party fill, like, come on, man. I'm not gonna make anything like that. I think this is the only stock I traded too. So let's see. CZOO halting up potentially. Well, no. It's back down a bit. Hesitating. What the heck, man? If that's the case, it's not good. There's been entries where I see exactly what I want, but it's like I'm not going for it. It's like, but I don't feel like I'm hesitating, but I'm also not taking the trade. I don't know, you know. It's not good. It's not good. It's not good at all. It's not like I'm using bigger size. 1500 on a stock like this is small size. Can't get timid in the right areas. If I do, then red day recap. But it's having trouble. It might come down, but we've been seeing the reclaim, so we'll see. It still looks healthy, even if it makes a new low by a couple cents. But I still want to keep in mind that over the last couple of days, when we saw the backside, that was it. This could be the backside already. So if it does come down and there's no aggressive reclaim, and I'm surprised the move at 59 came back up. I thought stock was done after that. It's saying the high right there was 74. We did not get close to 74. We saw 54, 53. I'm not sure why it's saying 74 up there. I'm kind of early. Scratch trade. I don't know. It might be done. It's the first day this week I don't feel good about how I traded. Not to be dramatic, but it's like it's almost like it's almost disgraceful, you know? It's like I know that's a pretty strong word to use, but you know, when I show up here, I expect nothing less than the best of myself, and today I didn't do that. So there's work to be done. I just don't understand why I hesitated in those areas. Like, it made no sense. Those are the areas that's been working all week, all year since I've started trading. Why am I not buying the areas where I have the highest probability to make money? When will I learn? When will I learn? And that sounds pretty dramatic up here, of course, but it was just three small areas, but I'd rather be in those areas with tight stops, even if it's a losing trade, than to not take the trade. So tomorrow just got to be a little bit more firm and lock in, because we started off the day pretty good too. I don't know if it's the inaccuracy that made me hesitate, but whatever it was, it needs to be eliminated. Whatever weakness that we see has to be eliminated right away so that we can move forward with a clear mind, capture the opportunities like we know we can. But I'll take the 500 bucks. It's better than nothing. Still a decent amount of money here. The reason why I still stay this stuff on stream is because I think it's actually pretty good. I think it's healthy. Like, even for someone who's been trading a little longer, like myself, you can still show up and make mistakes, but ultimately you got to just try to keep the composure in the moment, and you do the reflection afterwards, and you come to grips and you move forward, you move on. But best believe when I show up here tomorrow, I'm not going to hesitate. Tomorrow, tomorrow I'm going to come ready. Tomorrow, or maybe later today, right? Maybe later today. But if I traded well, I think, let's say better. I traded well, but if I traded better to the best of my abilities, I think I would have been up like 3,000. Could have been a nice solid day on that aspect. But we'll take what we have, we'll smile, and we'll look forward to coming back next time. Is it possible this crawls back up again? Maybe. For me, it has to get back to like 350 to look good. But I think short sellers might be in control here. 10K shares tomorrow, there's no way. How much have you brought in March? Do you mean sharp? Do you mean gains? How much gains do I have for the month of March? Let me switch over to YouTube so I could see, because OBS doesn't quite show. It's curling up. Well, there's 40. Let's see if it gets to 50. If it gets to 50, I'll be interested. Well, maybe I come down in share size, max size, maybe just 2,500. Maybe 1K shares. March, we're up like 30,000. ECN fees. This broker that I'm using is free commissions, free ECN fees. Free commissions. I realize that there's a lot of people that still are using commission-based brokers. But it can make sense depending on how you're trading. You do get preferable fills, faster fills, and direct access routing. But I think it comes down to a couple of factors, right? For level 2, I'm using DAS Trader. It's not a broker, it's more of an execution platform. You can sync it with different brokers out there. Like I can execute through DAS Trader instead of executing through TD, but I prefer to execute through TD. But if I use DAS Trader and Marcelo and Tim does, you can get more intuitive hotkeys, selling half, selling quarter, offsets, stuff like that. I find that I don't need all of that, so I just still execute through TD. Yeah, after May they say it's going to be discontinued, but more than likely it's going to be reintegrated at some point. Even if it's not, it's just an adjustment. For those guys, they'll have to just come back to Thinkorswim and the regular hotkeys that they have. Thinkorswim have hotkeys, but it's pretty basic. It's not the advanced stuff that you can get with DAS or other platforms. What do you mean by taking your 4 cents? Okay, yeah, at one point I did say I'm gonna just take my 4 cents at a time. So what I was noticing was that I'd be in a trade looking for, let's say, 10, 15 cents, but I'd be green on realized 4, 5, 6 cents. And it's like, man, like 3, 4 different times it comes back down. I'm selling at zero or for a small loss. And it's like, maybe I just take the 4 cents because over those 3 trades, it'd have been 12 cents. It would have been better than, net zero or net negative. If it gets over 40 here at volume, it could be interesting. But could also reject 45, 50 area for the move down again. So I have to be careful if I watch it here early. Yeah, I used to use E-Trade. I still have E-Trade. I use it for more so like chart stuff now. I can day trade in E-Trade if I want to. But I use TD. I mean, it's there. It's like a backup, right? I mean, I have like E-Trade. I have Guardian. Guardian, I got to use more, and maybe just smaller share size, and if there's shares available in some stocks. I did mention like adding that into the repertoire could be good, shorting some backside areas. No, I do not have IB. Webull, I've never used it before. I've heard some good things, some bad things. But there's a ton of reviews on YouTube, right, for these platforms. You guys can check out these different, I mean, there's a lot of different like breakdowns, reviews, tutorials. CZOO is halted down, I believe. This one is having resistance right here. If it gets through, it could potentially retest 50. If not, it comes right back down. Which way will it go? Hello from the Bronx. Shout out to the Bronx. Uh, I know how the stocks. Here, I'll show you. If you're watching at the YouTube screen, I'll show you right now. So you guys will notice I'm always looking up because I have a monitor that's a little above my head here. And on this monitor, I can see the halt levels. It actually, like, literally tells me what the halt level is on this platform. 48 and then back down. You see how it's moving? It's like it's just all over the place, man. But yeah, DAS Trader has the level 2, well, not level 2, the halt levels rather built in. So it takes out the guessing game. There is a mathematics behind it, but it's too much to be doing as you're actually trying to trade. Like, and even if you do it, you could be off by a few cents, you know. So DAS shows the exact halt level up and down. And once we get to that level, we have to maintain that level for 15 seconds for the stock to be halted. Is that white area at the very bottom. LD, LU, limit up, limit down. There's 40 again. Could be interesting here. Why did it feel so awful? Like, why is it taking so long? There's 50. It could go. It's possible. I'm gonna try again. It's kind of churning. Scratch trade. I can't stand this fluctuation. We're at 55 by 56 and immediately 50 on the bids. It might go. It might go. It's like lingering here long enough to make a move. It's just moving so nonsense I can't capitalize on it. This is good though. This is very good. I would expect high of day at this point. Eventually. If we can hold above 50 now, can we see high of day eventually over time? The next couple of minutes. If we're lucky, it goes in one candle. $74. Short sellers are not going to like this, so we'll see how well it continues to do here. There's 80, 84, 85. For me to have captured this, I'd have to buy it 55 and just hold, which I would not do under this particular circumstance. It'd be against the rules. But sweet move. The high is at 89. We got to 80. Oh no, we got to 85. It means basically high of day, right? A bit of a double top. 65, 64, 63, 57 right there, the low. These trades are risky because if it fails miserably, I'll be taking a massive loss. I don't know. I think if I was more aggressive here, even with just throwing out more orders, I want to say probably could have done better too. It's a little difficult to say, but this is a good bounce here as we're coming back up. Not bad at all. 75, but back down a bit. 64. Oh, I meant to say 71, right? 70, what was that? 71 height? Yeah. 360. It seems pretty healthy here. If I can be in, I'll try to be in if I can get the right entry. This could be too early, and perhaps it is. 57. I could put a bigger stop in place and just hold, but nothing like ice cold water, I tell you, man. Down. 56 is kind of high right there, but let's see how this does. There's a good volume. I'd expect to see 80 here. It should happen if unless there's a false breakout coming. KB, KB, KB. And okay, it's stalling out a bit. I'll try again if I see 73. 72, 66, 65. It had enough volume to try to reach the highs there, just stalled out. Maybe hidden sellers. It's brewing. I think it's brewing. It's a pretty bad fill there though. I think it's brewing. I don't know if it's close to being ready, but we need to start pulling away from this 60 level, man. We got to inch up higher, 75, 80, 85. We got to get away from 60, 65. We've been here for too long. Back down again. Taking 28. It's a decent dip. Come on, man. You know, all that work, grinding up, to then just give out at the bottom. Is this the backside, or is this another pullback for it to come right back up again? It's very difficult to say. I think I need to see 55 again to be interested. The low here perhaps could work, but I need to see like 55, 310, and 20. What was the low right there? 25. It would be good to see a V shape at the green here. If it just grinds back higher. If it gets back up again, I'd be very, very, very interested and I'd be more aggressive. If it goes back up again, it's just, at that point, it's just strong. Surviving all these big flush outs. It's already a strong stock, of course. Analysis paralysis. Round 5. No, I just, I just don't like it in this area here. But above 55, I'd be interested again. I'm basically saying I'm not interested in the dip trade here. Like, I'm not interested in buying 28 area. I'd rather see it come up some more. Some stocks I don't mind the dip, but it depends. We'll see if it curls up. We will see. I did take this. I did take the panic flush entry here. I'm in at 28 out of 39 on this red candle. Well, that was a good trade. Now we'll see if it holds up here again. Yeah, and we did pull back to 30, that first drop off of 89. That's true. Greatest improvement. There isn't one thing in particular that I could say, but I, if I had to say something, I think recognizing issues and then making adjustments. Recognizing a problem and implementing some sort of change, whether it's to eliminate, adjust, you know, and the faster we could do that, ultimately the better it'll be. But some problems take longer than others, right? This might be the backside here, although I've said that now 3 or 4 times today. AMTX. Perhaps. This could be early. Oh, no. Come on. It's going to bounce. That could have been early, though. That's okay. I wasn't too sure. Dang, the moment I sell, it rips up 10 cents. The high is at 22. Pre-market high is at 28. Perhaps we see a bit of a 3-bar play here. Oh, 2, a 1. And it's going to be too high this time. First time was the charm. Second time to the depths. There's less than 2 minutes left in this 5-minute candle. It's important that it holds up here. If not, the 5-minute candle starts to look a little weak. That's good. This could be onto something here. Let's see how this continues. 22 is the high. Damn. Can we try again and rip through? It's trying, but it's like it's not getting that volume necessary. I'll wait for 23 if it lingers here. 509, 508. Oh, going down. Thanks for explaining the halt. How many cents do I do a day on average? I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I'm not sure. And at times in high probability areas, I use like 5 times, 10 times the size, 5 to 10 times my base size sometimes. So in just one trade, some days it's like that one trade could have been the bulk, or let's say like half of the day or something, you know. So it's a little tricky to say, but on the stocks that are around, I prefer the stocks around 7 to like $15, $16. In that range, in that price range, the stocks are very volatile. And in terms of cents, there's a lot of range in there, right? Not to use the word range too many times, but we can go from like, let's say 9 to 960, back to down to 9, up to 960. I find that on those stocks, I can have bigger days uh, with higher frequency, versus the cheaper stocks because of that reason, right? At a $2 stock might just be able to go from 2 to 220, and then maybe back down to 210 to 225. It's like I'd have to use massive size to kind of get the same results. But every now and again, there's a cheaper stock that's pretty crazy in the range too. That's one way to look at it. 1 to 2 cents on 150,000 shares. That's one way to look at it, right? There's different ways you can look at it. But I mean, it's like we could literally do the math. Like, I mean, we have to go through some orders for sure, though, right? But we could do it. It's something that if anybody wants to do, it's here. It is here. But this style of trading is, it's a little different, but I like it. I don't know. I think for me personally, it's just the best. It just makes the most sense for who I am. And even for students looking to come in, a question you ask yourself is this something that I like? Is this something I can see myself doing? Right? Because there are other systems out there that work as well, right? And we know majority of people are usually holding for longer, let's say that, and that could be maybe seconds more, minutes more, or even hours. There's people who, right here on YouTube, some bigger YouTubers are like maybe holding for a few minutes at a time, maybe 50 seconds plus. I mean, we've seen some of them do incredible stuff. So the thing is that I like about this strategy is that the risk, there's risk because you can buy an area that looks good and it can keep going down. But I like that I can sell the moment it's not working. Like this panic flush that I took, for example. If this was to keep dropping, I was in the 28. The low was 25. If I was in and I saw it 24, 22, 19, I could sell. I could sell. Even if I get slippage, I could sell. That gives me a lot of confidence to be able to just be in most places, you know, knowing that I can cut the trade. But again, there will be days where I'm in and it can teleport down in the blink of an eye and I take a bigger loss. But ultimately, that's what the risk management is for me. Is cutting it as quickly as I can if it's going against me. And on the days I take those big losses, that's fine. Yeah, I do use TraderView. Um, yeah, I do use TraderView. But yeah, today, as I mentioned, today I could have done better today. I missed three big areas. I don't know. I hesitated, but if I'm to trade those three areas, and I can't even remember where they were, to be honest. It's already a blur. I'll have to watch back the archive. But those three areas could have like given me some solid gains, especially if I had any sort of size. I can upload the trader view. I can do that and then we can shut it down here because I think I'm done. Yeah, I'll do that and then I'll be out of here. Some people have asked me why I'm not using Kinfo, and I just don't see a need to be on two of the same platforms, you know. You guys already know I'm the real deal, so to go there and pay another $30 just for the same exact thing is a waste of money. Relentless Trader is the most transparent. You know, for those people who do not use this platform, it could be a little different. Let's say you're someone who's maybe familiar with Webull or Lightspeed or something else. But to tell if someone is a real trader on this particular platform, you look at the top left right here. Like, this top left has a few things that'll let you know that this is a live account. Connected, real-time data, uh, you know, literally has the last four of my account number and then my username. And I'm literally clicking buttons right here in the platform. It's like it's impossible unless I was some sort of magician from mythology. There's no way that I can fake this. TraderView will pay $30 a month. I had a deal with these guys, and they I don't know what happened with that. That's all I'll say. Let's import. So I was promoting it for them, and it was free for me too, which was good. But I no longer have a partnership with them, but I still use it because I mean it's a decent platform. It's a good platform. Gets me what I need to see. Documents, file, today's upload. I'm just grateful that I'm able to even make any sort of money, man. On some days I might sound like I'm complaining, but you best believe that I'm very, 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 very grateful. And I made a very tough decision at one point to leave school to do this. I was at Rutgers University here, uh, in New Jersey, and I, you know, came across trading with one of my siblings, and I was practicing in the simulator. And I found myself in my classes no longer listening to anything the professors are saying, but I'm watching trading videos online, reading articles about trading. And it's like I was doing research on this topic when there was no sort of incentive, right? Because I mean, at the time, I didn't know what it really meant to be profitable, any of that. And it's like doing research on the subject matter that I was studying, which was accounting. It's like I was only doing that because I had to do it to pass the classes, right? It's like if I was just there normally, if I wasn't trying to do something with taxes or something, I would have never been researching anything in that field. So it's like this passion came out of nowhere when I found out about trading. Let's see, March calendar. This passion came out of nowhere, so I started just going crazy, and I decided it took me 3 months to make the decision because it's like, hey, I chose accounting at that school because 94% of people graduating with that degree got a job within the first 3 months. That's the only reason I even chose that field. And I told myself I can do any field that there is. That's how I felt. Like I could do any field. I could do any field. Which field is gonna make the most sense? And I heard that statistic there. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna just do this field. It's gonna guarantee something right away. And I was one of those people just going to school to go to schools, just because that's kind of what you hear. Like, go to school, get a good job, right? But yeah, I think if I was to choose that side of things, I think I would have started my own business. I think that's what would have happened. I would have been in business in one way or another. I probably would have had my own firm and probably doing taxation or something. That work isn't necessarily fun, I would say. I mean, I don't even know how you describe fun. I mean, is this fun? I guess it comes down to just a passion, really. But I think I would have been doing some sort of taxation or something. I doubt I would have just been at a desk all day. Like I would have hated that, to be at a desk for 8, 10 hours straight. And I don't know. I don't know. It would have been a whole different life. That's for sure. I would not have been here. You guys would have been this Discord would have probably been just, Marcel. I mean, who knows if Marcelo and Tim would have even have been here, right? So many things could have been different. But anyhows, um, yeah, this is the month right here. You can go to full screen. This is the month. It's not a bad month. This month has actually been slow, but we've been consistent. We've been coming in. We've been threading the needle. We've been in a good rhythm. I mentioned that today was the first day that I didn't like how I traded on this in this week. Um, but other than these 2 days here, I would have loved to have had the chance to trade from home on these 2 days, so I could really know for sure if it was me or if it was the internet. One thing that I found out very early in my trading career is that I need to not have excuses. Someone had asked, like, what was one of the major things that you've changed? And I mentioned, finding issues and making adjustments quickly. If you're in an area or situation where you're distracted, it's going to be more difficult for you to identify what the issue is. Like, I remember one point I was trading from a living room, right? Imagine you're in a living room. It's a living room, right? So, people can come and do as they please. I mean, it's a living room. So if someone turns on a TV, someone walks into the house, and you're there trying to trade, like, was I red in this trade because I couldn't really focus fully, or was it just, me not doing something that I should have done? Like, that's another thing. Like, I wanted to just eliminate every sort of issue that there could ever be with my internet speed, with any distractions on the outside. It's to the point now where, like, I don't, like, unless there's a real like important call coming, I don't answer my side. There's certain things that I do not do. I will not disrespect what I'm doing here at all. If somebody wants to call me right now, too bad. Like, there's no way. There's no way. It's too it's too serious. So, like, there'll be a situation where you could be trading, and maybe there's a work meeting going on, and it's like you couldn't properly get to dial in. Like, you're not gonna really know where you are and what to improve on, you know. So that's something else that people can consider, like being able to be in a place where you're really free, and so that you have no excuses and you know where exactly to look when you do make certain mistakes. Just something to consider. Dash. Yeah, I think I would say if I had to guess, like if I would say Tim and Marcelo did pretty well. Triad probably did pretty well this thing too. I'm probably the lowest performing person on in the mentors on this one. I don't think I traded it well. I'll have to check in with those guys to see how they did later in the day. Sometimes they might have had trouble too. I don't know. I use Das Trader Pro for level 2 and time and sales. Das Trader Pro. What scanner do I use? I use Momo Pro for scanners. It's a good platform. The gap scan is really good, but the high of day momentum scanner can use some work. When I come in the morning, I just use the no filter, so I don't have to design anything. This only works well in the first, like I'd say before the open. After then, it becomes pretty saturated with these nonsense stocks like this. But in which case, you can build your own filter. I do have one here. Um, and you'll see KAVL, the main stock of the day, is leading the way on this. This is filtering for stocks above $1. Highest percentage gain in descending order, and then higher volume. I think my minimum volume, I can check it here. What's my volume requirement? Oh, zero maximum. Yeah, okay. I guess I don't really have a minimum volume, but the percentage gain down will filter out a lot of stuff. I also above $1 for me. I will trade cheaper stocks from time to time, but it depends, right? 1.5 times the relative volume. It's a pretty basic scan, but this will get you everything. And again, the no filter is every single thing in percentage gain going down. I mean, there's so many stocks that'll come throughout the day that's like not worthy of looking at. But it's everything is here. Where this platform can really improve is this high-low stream. They need to have the percentage gain onto this stream for it to be better. That way it can eliminate the noise. All the hot stocks will hit here, but also stocks that I don't need to be seeing, like this nonsense, right? All this nonsense. I don't care to see any of this. I've asked this. I know the person who runs this platform. I've asked him. He's slacking. That's what he's doing. Slacking off, man. But if that is added to this platform becomes the best scanning software platform for our style of trade because it's cheap. Everything else is expensive. Some people use free scanners. I think there's free scanners too, right? Let's see. Better broker. Do you use hotkeys with scripts? I have hotkeys with scripts, but I don't use them. I just use my regular TD Ameritrade hotkeys: buy market, sell market, buy the ask. Oh no, sell the ask, buy the bid. Shift Z, buy market. Shift X, sell market. Shift V for me is buy the bids, and Shift A is to sell the ask. I rarely ever try to buy the ask. I do have that hotkey, which is Shift S. I think Momo Pro Plus is like 35 bucks a month. Derek is saying he uses Thinkorswim and he has AI write the code, and he always has the same stocks that I'm watching. So hey, there's a way too. You can make a custom scanner similar in Thinkorswim, some people are saying. There's also some on YouTube you can look up. Yeah, so there's options for people out there depending on what you're looking for. How much? Let's see. Any hidden fees? Thinkorswim do have fees. I think they're like SEC fees. I mean, I don't know if I'd consider them ECN fees, but they have some sort of fees. I never even looked into it. It's very small versus my net gains. So I don't really worry too much about it. Like yesterday, I think I paid $30 in fees on a $3,000 day. For a free commission broker, you know, I don't mind. I'm not even gonna call and ask them what that is. I'll just look at it as cost of doing business. Cost of doing business. Tomorrow, I'm hoping that we can see some hot momentum at least for two. I don't need the hot momentum every single day. If we get that, great. But there's what's that, 7 days remaining in this month. On 2 of these 7 days, can we get a really hot stock? This is how I look at the month. Like if every day is hot, great, lovely. But can we get just 2 hot days? I'm looking forward to having another day like this, or 2 or 3 if possible. If we can get another 10, 11, 12, 15K day before the month is done, then it becomes a really, really solid month. It's been a great year, and we're looking forward to, keeping it consistent. I'm always open to change. I understand that ultimately trading is a business and things can change on the regulatory level or even on the broker level. And if it does, it's up to us as the traders to make adjustments. So, you know, 5 years ago, man, in the beginning, I kind of knew, but I also had doubts along the way. But right now, the road has never been clearer. So I'm looking forward to improving and maintaining. And even if the market slows down, I'll be looking forward to that too, right? Being disciplined and going sideways, even if it means grinding out on smaller days, whatever is necessary to ensure success. So, with that being said, my winning percentage in terms of days, I think I'm green 70. Where do you see this? Detail. Let's go back to detail. I think I'm green 68, 70% of the times. Is it win-loss expectation? Okay, here. Win-loss versus days. We can do all time. Yeah, 70%. 68.5. So I have 652 winning days and 300 losing days. So about 952 days in total. So yeah, it's not. I mean, it could be better. I know Marcelo's is crazy. Marcelo's like 85 or like 90. Crispy might be like 90% too. Those guys never end red somehow. I don't know how they do it, but Marcelo is green like 8 to 9 times out of every 10 days. I'm at green 7 times out of every 10 days. There are other strategies though where some people are only green twice. Like I think at the seminar we went to, like one of the guys was only green 30% of the times. And when he loses on those 7 times, it's like, tighter stops, a couple $1,000, whatever. But then when he wins, it's like 158, 160, $200,000 trades, and he's losing like 5K, 4K, stuff like that. There's like there's just a ton of different strategies. I would say depending on the strategy you're trading, it just has to make sense. Your data has to make sense for you and the style of trade that you're doing. For us, this is just how it happens to be. There's even people who are only green 1 out of every 10 times that are massively green. Again, just depending on their style of trade, right? Other people, for us, our accuracy is like 50%. We're taking so many trades in and out throughout a day. For other people, their accuracies might be 80%, 90%, and they might be trading less, right? Just a lot of variables, but as long as it makes sense for you, the individual. But yeah, stay safe, stay green. I'll catch you guys next time. It's been a good one. Check out those links down below. Uh, let's see, is there anything else for the closing statements? Remember the risks of trading. We can go over the disclaimer, and I guess that'll do it. Remember that day trading is risky business. Day trading is risky business, man. So take it slow, take it easy. If you're a beginner, or even if you've been around and you're not where you need to be, utilize small share size, utilize the simulators, and ensure that you have a longevity as you go through the learning curve. Once you get to where you need to be with consistency, then at that point you can work on sizing up, using more shares, more risk, and looking for bigger gains. But until you get to that level, it doesn't make sense to be aggressive. You got to take it slow, take it easy. Other than that, remember always, the live streams and recaps are never a reason to try and copy trade what I'm doing. It's a system that takes months, more commonly years, to learn. And, trying to just copy trade is nonsense. It's a quick way to lose money. My trade style, in fact, is just, to be honest, it's just how I trade is just way too fast for that to even work, right? So lastly, remember, I do not invest for my subscribers. What that means is I'll never reach out to you first randomly. I will never message you first. I will never ask for personal information or money. There are fake accounts out there, people pretending to be me. I will never entertain any conversation about copy trading, mirror trading. I will never send you a P&L of any sort of options trading. Be careful and do not get scammed. This stuff is quite sad, but it is going on. With that being said, hit that thumbs up on the way out. I'll catch you guys in the recap. And then bright and early again tomorrow at 9:15 a.m. Stay safe, stay green.